Are you an angel?
Time for another review, boys and girls. Today we're tackling Alita, Battle Angel. To give a bit of backstory for those who don't know about the movie, it had quite a bit of a troubling development. Like, really troubling. It's almost a miracle the movie was even made at all. So, was the movie worth the wait, or was it a complete waste of time? Hell yes, it was worth the wait. Alita Battle Angel was a beautiful, emotionally investing, action-packed film that you don't want to end. And I don't think the movie did either because it ended like 17 times. What's funny is that despite the movie being marketed as a James Cameron production, you can definitely see a lot of trends coming from the director, Robert Rodriguez. It practically feels like his film with the budget of Cameron's, considering Robert has a small budget to work with whenever he works on a film typically. Especially in scenes revolving around the fictional sport Motorball, which looks like a fully realized versions of some sequences from Spy Kids 3D Game Over. Not saying this whole movie was incredibly just made out of mishmashes of Robert Rodriguez's old work. Oh no. The movie is actually based off a manga, and you can definitely see the Japanese influences throughout the movie. The most glaring instance of that is Alita's eyes. They're much bigger than the normal humans, but it's definitely to pay homage to the classic big eye Japanese style, and it definitely gives Alita a more distinct look, and you'll get used to it. Of course, your first reaction upon seeing her like this, you'd probably go, "What is wrong with your face?" But trust me, you will get used to it. And once you get used to it, you'll really come to appreciate the visual effects here. It is gorgeous by every meaning of the word. From the design, the lighting, the animation, the motion capture. Thanos, you're old news. Get out of here. You don't feel so good because Alita here has trumped you in every single way. Because the CG on Alita is so lifelike, you'd come to believe that she's really there. You'd come to believe that maybe there's an actor out there in Hollywood with freakish anime eyes and kung fu skills. There was not a single frame in the movie that took me out of the world. And while we're on visuals, let's talk about the action. And it looks just as good. It's really slick, utilizing great camera angles, wonderful choreography, and just a bunch of creative ideas. I say the action even trumps most superhero movies. It perfectly strikes the right balance between realism and the anime-type absurdity that you'd expect from a manga. Of course, the movie isn't all just flashiness and visuals, it needs some substance, needs some characters, and Alita doesn't fail on that either. While most of the supporting characters are nothing to write home about, but you like them for the duration you get to see them. The character who carries the film, though, is, well, Alita herself. She's naive and carefree, but she also has a contagious sense of justice. It reminds me a lot about Gal Gadot's interpretation of Wonder Woman, who also is a great character. Because you care a lot about her and her well-being, that in turn makes you care about the people around her. It's an effective strategy when a lot of the characters aren't exactly fleshed out and are more or less tropes. It's Alita's story, and you care about her every step of the way. She's probably one of the best protagonists in film I've seen in a long time. Of course, I'm not going to give a movie blind praise, a reviewer's got to be better than that. Like I said, the supporting cast are definitely a lot of tropes. If it weren't for their involvement in Alita's life, you probably wouldn't really care as much. The professor, Alita's father especially, seems to flip-flop between what he wants Alita to do, making him feel a bit inconsistent. "You will remember your past, Alita. You must forget your past, Alita. You will remember your past, Alita." And I already mentioned that the movie feels like it ended multiple times. This means that the pacing for the most part was good. Once it near the end, it kinda fell apart. And once it ends, it's not exactly conclusive enough. Of course, this is to set up a sequel, but with a movie with as big of a development cycle as this, a sequel may not be certain. Despite these gripes though, Alita is still an exhilarating experience at the theater that is emotionally investing, and I absolutely loved every second. But I need that sequel, man, so do me a favor and see it, okay? Meanwhile, I'm gonna see if I can pre-order that Alita hot toy. Ugh, you gotta be kidding me.
This is not a